Good evening and welcome to Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment. My name is Tahir Qureshi. I'm a fellow Royal Society of Canada broker of record for City Pro Realty Brokerage. And your host. Topic today I picked up with the risk buying pre-construction condo or home. First of all, when you're buying a pre-construction home, you're buying a future value because the contractor claims that property will escalate to the point where when you are buying a property, that will be the future value. And you have to arrange financing to make sure that you are able to secure funding. And not only at the time when you secure funding with the agreement of purchase and sale, but also to secure funding in the future at the completion date. So what happened is that in most cases, the price of the houses escalate or increase. Therefore, you are able to gain some asset equity when you move into a new house. Now, unfortunately, because of pandemic and construction costs go up, some of the builders may not be able to complete your project. They might have to cancel the building or belly up. There are some challenges with it. So we have to look and see which way is it better that your risk is covered. Whereas, as you know, many of these buyers who bought the property, investment properties, condo property or homes, they have challenges now. Bank of Canada has just increased another quarter point. So your prime rate has gone up. It was 6.45. Now you can add that 6.70. So cost of borrowing has gone up, and many of those you are not able to secure financing. So what happened is that sometimes projects are canceled. When their projects are canceled, and hope that you get your money back because your deposit is protected under tenant warranty program, new home ownership program, provided that you have not paid deposit beyond the capacity. For detached home up to 100,000 and up to condo unit is up to 40,000. You have to go to Tarian website or you go to HCRA. They will tell you exactly how much money is that you're supposed to be giving to the builder and claiming it. Now you have to make sure when the contract is canceled, you hire a lawyer who's going to make sure that your interest is protected. SCRA is very tough on builders who are canceling agreement of purchase and sale with the buyers. So you may seek their guidance and help. Why and this. Now, most cases now the builders are charging premium prices because of what happened in pandemic. We have multiple bidding war. Now we have a situation where we don't have. We have too many houses. We don't have buyers, and they don't qualify. And you have seen the December figure that I've shared with you. Our MLS at TRAP, we have a sale minus 46.2%. So sale has declined and is taking 40 days to sell the property averagely in 905 and 416 area. Is a 110.5% property day on the market. So it's taking longer to sell. And surprising part is that active listing has increased 169% according to TRAP December Market Watch. That means you have lots of options available to you before you think of buying it. I'm talking about risk of buying for those who are already ready to buy a new one. They have to be careful. You can check right now, plenty of properties available. When you buy from the builder as a future value, then at the time of closing, what happens is that the lender will say, okay, let me think about it because I gave you approval 12 months ago. Now we're going to check the market, what's going on. And they will see that the agreement of purchase sale, let's say you have $1 million, the property now is about 850. So there is a gap of $150,000. Bank is not going to give it to you. They only guarantee you that they will give you mortgage, but they need to protect themselves. They're going to send an appraisal, and you're going to pay for it, and appraised value will be lower than what you have paid for in 2 years ago. And because of lots of people who were thinking about 2021, pricing was going up. Therefore, they bought lots of property. When all of a sudden in 2022, the Bank of Canada has increased their lending rate. And now it used to be 0.25, now is almost 4.5. They have increased it several times. So it's going to cost you a lot more money to carry the. So when the appraisal come back and you won't be able to qualify, you will default on agreement and you can get in trouble. You can end up losing your deposit and litigation, and the builder going to try to sell it. And if they can't get this price that they bought from you, they're going to sue you. And this is where the problem is. You have to watch to make sure that you are making a decision now to buy it. Think about it. Plus, you can end up paying premium price, because I just sold a property today, which is much lower than the builder, because seller wants to sell the property. So I saw the new prices for the same town, and we sold it as a reasonable profit for the seller, and new prices are unbelievably high. Therefore, you need to talk to experienced professional to make sure that you are getting the best deal. You're not just blindly going to the builders and buying it. Now, when you buy property, you have no idea that who is living next to you, because anyone come there and you may not get along. So new construction that's the problem, that the neighbor you never know. Whereas if you have a pre-sale, you already know you are in an established neighborhood and you already know who is there, who is not there. So this is very, very important for you to remember that. And obviously, when you buy a new house, you don't know what the tax is going to be. Property that you buy and take possession, may have only land value. MPAC takes a little time to assess the value, or when new area being developed, it takes much longer to get the MPAC assessed value. So you have no idea in terms of your budget, how much is going to be mortgage, what is going to be your mortgage and your property taxes. And this is why it's very, very important to calculate the value of the mortgage and property taxes. You can use a template, go to their city and find out what the rate could be, or call the city tax department to get it. But they're going to be all projection, not real. So it's a part of the challenge. And similarly, if you're buying a condo, you have no idea what condo fee is going to be. Some builder will tell you 0.5 of the square footage area. You multiply that. In the beginning, you will have a warranty, the cost, but you will not know exactly until 80% of the condominium is occupied, and they will calculate the value and they will give it to you. But in the beginning, it may be about half a point multiplied with your square footage of the property to calculate value. Now, same thing, condo fees, and that's what I'm talking about, condo fees. It's also depend on the size of your condo. And also, when you're buying a property, whether it's a condo or you're buying a home, development fees are issue. Did you negotiate the contract to cap those fees? If not, When you buy from the market, resale market, somebody has already paid for it, or assignment. You have to look at the assignment also very carefully, and I deal with those. If you have any chance, you're interested to buy a property or a big construction on assignment, give me a call, because we need to check a lot of things. What is being included, what is not included, and what are is there any ceiling? And also, the seller, buyer has obtained the consent. Sometime assignment bank, the lender will charge you 5,000. I have seen 7,000. I have seen 10,000, or some may have a 750. It all depends on the builder. So this is very important that you look at those fees as buying or selling to make sure that you have the right to assign the property if your condition is in a position to sell it. The other problem is when you buy a property is going to be pre-construction, is that is going to be a lot of construction mess in the area. And it may not be close to your workplace. You may like to have a better location, and by resale, you are able to physically see the demographic, the communities, the facilities, and finishes, interior, exteriors. When you are buying a condo unit, or you are looking at a detached home, you're looking at concept floor plan. You have no idea how the finish is going to look like. And these are and the builders always have various clauses there, and they will tell you, come to our center and select. They will give you basic finishes, and then they ask you to pay for the upgrades. Now, when you buy from the builder, you have to pay for the upgrade. Some builder may offer you, for extra 10,000, 20,000 worth of updates, but you have to look at the overall picture of your property, the purchase, whether something is available in the market for 800,000 and you're paying $1 million. Then what is included in that $100,000 you're paying extra? So this is why it's very important to deal with the real estate profession who understand construction, who understand resale. And depending on you're dealing with residential, commercial, or construction, pre-construction, or resale, it all depends on individually. Everybody's licensed the same, but each one of us have their own skills and designations and skill set and training that we can provide service to you. You know that I am a principal broker of Canada Express Mortgage. It is license number 13241. I can talk about the mortgage. I'm also part of the board of directors who owns Park Home Builders. So I'm a licensed builder representative for Park Home Builder as well. So City Pro Realty brokerage, that's my brokerage where we deal with real estate, residential, commercial. So I have all the licenses that I can speak to you. Plus I have a lot of designation that I acquired: CIPS, Certified International Property Specialist, FRI, Fellow of Rules Institute of Canada, and other credential seniors, SRS, SRES, ABR. Idea again is to help and teach you and understand this. Now, under TAIR program, when you buy new construction, you may sell your house, you live in a rental, and sometimes construction is delayed. So you may expect your kids to go to school, but you're not able to take possession of the property because of delay, and those are legitimate delays from the builder. They will give you notification under the TAIR warranty program, and that's it. If there are too much delays, you can also claim some expenses. So you have to talk to TAIR about that if there is an issue in your delay. But this is where the problem is in terms of. So now, development fee, we talk about if the project, new house, unless you have consulted with a realtor or your lawyer and put a cap on your purchase and agreement with the builder, they can escalate the cost. because their development fees or costs are going up. This is very, very important for you to understand. Now, and there are cases when you buy, particularly condo, and there are occupancy fees. That means you are given a possession of the property, your warranty has started, but you don't own the property. So you have to pay occupancy fees until condominium has been occupied 80% and the ownership is transferred. Until then, you will be paying a occupancy fee. Some builder will restrict you not to rent it. Some will cooperate with you. The issue is, how did you buy a pre-construction home, as a prime residence or as an investment? Because when you buy as a principal residence, whether it's a condo or is a home, your builder will be claiming new home builder rebate for the buyer. Let's assume $24,000. Okay, but if you are an investor, you're going to rent the property. That $24,000 is not available to the builder. So if you negotiated a price, on top of that, you have to pay that amount. So that's why it's very important to have full picture when you are entering into an agreement purchase sale with buying a new construction, because you may be able to buy something available to you, and if you want to rent it, you can rent it to right away, or some property may already be rented and available to you, and you can buy it and start living. Now, the biggest challenge that you're going to have is that you are living in a construction zone, and you never know when you're going to get the construction. Okay. Now, the other thing is, it's very risky in a sense that, particularly for the buyer, I know already with many clients that I've dealt with, you bought $1 million property, you paid $200,000, and your appraisal came $850, because bank saying, I'm giving you that much mortgage based on that price. Most of our buyers will not have that extra cushion, because prices were projected as a future value that you agreed. But you know that we saw a reduction in price. I believe, if you remember that, on my Realty Coffee Talk news flash, since February, there was $280,000 reduction in price from February 22 to December 2022. 282,846. Overall prices of our resale market were up 8.63%. So they didn't lose any money, but they did get the money. But escalation that was happening in 2022, it ended in 21. It was up in February, and after that it's declining. So overall, at the end of the year to year, it still remained 8.6 times higher than 2021. So you are not going to lose the value of the property. But it all depends, when did you buy it? If you already bought it, and now you have a challenge. And this is what is going to make the difference for you, and challenge and risk associated with it. Now, the other problem that mostly people will face is that when you buy based on drawings and specs, unless you're a technical person or someone who's representing you can explain you how the floor plan and size works, those builder will give you conceptual illustration of the size. They are not definite. So when you take possession, they will register your square footage through the city to the impact, and then you already know that. Unless there is a typing error, MPEG is fairly good now. They have improved a lot. But you can calculate the square footage and see when you're closing it, what is the market price now and what you have paid for that house, and you're going to have a little bit of headache. Because if you don't have the money to pay the gap and your appraised value came down, and you are in big trouble. You may end up breaching the contract. So you have to be very creative. You have to talk to your friends, the family, your lender, your brokers to help you out to make sure that you walk in, because you're walking away from their property. A contractual arrangement will cause you a lot of consequences because you are failing to complete a transaction. This is why the assignment clause in pre-construction become very critical. Some lender or builder will give you, with a small fee. And I'm noticing now $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 they're charging for reassignment because they're discouraging that. What happens is that if most of the buyers are walking away from the deal, their project can collapse because they borrow money against the project because you have firm up the deal. And this is why it's very, very critical. And good thing about it is that new home does have a 10-year warranty. It says first year complete, second year with any water leakage or some system failures, and 7-year structural warranty. You have to look at both the 10-year warranty website and download the buyer broker, the buyer guideline for home construction warranty. It's very important for you to watch and read that, because you are not sure when you close the deal how much insurance you're going to pay, because you have no experience, because this is a new subdivision, and the building in that area or the other area, historic data is not available. So you are buying a house based on concept, not actually seeing the unit. You may be able to go to the site and look at the builder who has built similar houses. Then you get a little level of comfort. Otherwise, you have no idea. You're buying based on concept, floor plan, and you expect to have a good finishing. And so lots of disappointment. Oh, I'm getting a hardwood. Okay, hardwood what? You look at their system, they say, okay, 2-inch hardwood. You are thinking that I need 5-inch hardwood. But then we get a 2. Then you're going to go to their development center to pay for the upgrade. Or cabinet or formal. I don't have any pantry. Well, for the pantry, it's going to cost you more. I need the extra bathroom. Cost you more. I need 9-foot ceiling. Cost you more. I need the double door entrance, some porch. Cost you more. And these are the things that you have to pay. And now on top of that, you pay for the paving or your driveway. You pay for your grass or sod on the back, maybe tree, you have to pay. And these are the things, development fees, all those charges. The builder claim those costs because they are received from they're paid to the city, and they will do it through other adjustment under at the time of closing. So you're going to have a risk with the appraised value, the mortgage, what you can qualify, and then you also have an issue with getting insurance. Some may not, title insurance you have to pay for it. Closing costs are higher because in normal case, I projected that in normal resale, less than 2%. But in terms of new home, you'll be paying development fees and other levies that are imposed on the builder. So you may end up paying 3.5% to 4% more than the purchase value. So this is why it's very, very important for you to make sure that you are not compromising your position for buying a risk. As long as you are aware of the risk involved and you know how you can deal with it, that's okay. And sometimes they tell you, okay, my house is 2,500 square feet, but is all estimated, artistic illustration of a elevation drawing that you saw. But when they registered, it's 2,450. That is what they have built the house for you, or a condo unit. So this is very, very important for you to pay attention. And also for the amenities, you expected a lot of amenities. Some building and high-rise condo may not have that what you're looking for. Some may not have a pool where you're normally accustomed to. Some may not have a concierge service. It's just walk in and go out, and is maintained by the property manager. So somebody expect, oh, I'm going to have outside pool. So you need to check that. But you don't know how the finishes are looking for the property, because these are the things that you have to face. We're going to take a short break and we will come back and we'll continue our conversation, risk, buying repeat construction condo or home.
Are you going through a challenging time with your life? Pandit Nandha ji has experience in astrology, helping people by reading into their astrological charts along with future readings. The astrologer does reading of your face, palm, horoscope, vastu, planet, black magic removal, evil spells and spirits, voodoo, spiritual healer, love, removes jadoo, and many more. The astrologer has a center in Brampton with the name of Pandit Nandha ji, where you can visit him and find a solution to all your problems. Connect with him at 1-647-822-9607.
Welcome to EB Electronics. Please call 647-762-3956.
Pan and Shawarma, now serving from 4 locations.
KK Travel believe in providing everyone the first-class customer service. We take care not only for your air ticket, but dignity and respect as well. We are available for you anytime on WhatsApp, even while you are in Pakistan or any other destination. KK Travels guarantee lowest prices and are open to price match any airline.
We are KK Travels under supervision of Qais Khan at 905-367-9433 or visit www.qaiskhontravels.com.
डिक्सी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स और अप्लायंसेस पिछले 16 सालों से खरीदारों की खिदमत कर रहे हैं। हम लगातार 4 सालों से खरीदारों की पहली पसंद बने रहने का अवार्ड हासिल कर चुके हैं। हम किचनर्स, बॉश, वर्लपूल, एलजी, सैमसंग और जनरल इलेक्ट्रिक के ऑथराइज्ड डीलर हैं। 5 स्टार खिदमत का लुत्फ लें। हम आप सभी को टीवी सबसे ज्यादा रियायती दामों पर देने की गारंटी देते हैं। www.dixieelectronics.ca हमारी वेबसाइट पर जाएं या अभी कॉल करें 9056255900। सभी बहुत ही मुनासिब कीमत पर दस्तयाब हैं जो आप आसानी से ले सकते हैं। At Dixie, we sell quality and deliver confidence.
Zoc. Now it's fully renovated. Live catering, barbecue, tandoor, जलेबियाँ और फ्रेश नान। तकरीब आपके घर में हो या घर से बाहर, Zoc is providing full service now, and Zoc has opened a new banquet hall, garden event center. आपका Zoc देखकर लोग कहेंगे क्या Zoc है आपका? Call right now 905-625-7786. Zoc वालों के लिए।
Are you going through a challenging time with your life? Pandit Nandha ji has experience in astrology, helping people by reading into their astrological charts along with future readings. The astrologer does reading of your face, palm, horoscope, vastu, planet, black magic removal, evil spells and spirits, voodoo, spiritual healer, love, removes jadoo, and many more. The astrologer has a center in Brampton with the name of Pandit Nandha ji, where you can visit him and find a solution to all your problems. Connect with him at 1-647-822-9607.
Welcome to EB Electronics. EB Electronics. Please call 647-762. EB Electronics. Please call 647-762-3.
Good evening and welcome to Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment in Canada around the world. My name is Tahir Qureshi. Before we continue and give you a summary on risk buying pre-construction condo or home, I am going to ask you that are you interested to buy a luxury home which has a city-approved second dwelling unit in Brampton? We have a luxury home that is available to you, and we have open house tomorrow on Saturday between 2 and 4 p.m., 7 Pathway Drive, Brampton. Call my office 905-785-9923. It's a beautiful home and is quite a bit updated, and also it's amazing for large families or work at home professional. So if you have any questions, please call my office 905-785-9923. I'd be more than happy to book a showing for you and give you detail. Let's get back to risk buying pre-construction condo or home. First of all, there is, because of what's happening in the marketplace, there is a potential threat of cancellation of a deal. Also, you are buying a future value. You do not know at the time you take possession of the property what would be the value. And therefore, you may have a challenge getting a mortgage. Also, that you are your future value interest rate will go up. You have noticed that how much interest rate was increased by the Bank of Canada this year, and obviously all 5 banks have done the same thing. Now, if appraisal comes lower, then the future you end up paying more money. You won't be able to close it. And issue construction issues, construction delay happens. If this happens, you have a challenge. As if you need to take possession, you have sold your house, the construction has been issued, and then it's financing, depending on your source of income, family income, how much you qualify. Affordability become a big issue in the future, because everything we're talking about future, it has been in the past giving you future value and a great appreciation. However, recent decline in market value created many opportunity and assignment clauses available for assignment deals. To reach out to me call my office 905-785-9923. I'll be more than happy to find you a property in that area. So thank you. If you have any question regarding this program or you want to watch other Realty Coffee Talk program episode that were aired, please visit realtycoffeetalk.com or YouTube channel and subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next Thursday at 7 p.m. Awaz Entertainment in Canada, around the world. Bye for now. May God bless you all. May God bless Canada. Bye for now.